We've got a new camera, so if you've got the bandwidth, click the gear icon in the corner of the video player, select your preferred quality, and enjoy the video in HD. Hi, I'm Tom Johnson of Thomas Johnson Antique Furniture Restoration in Gorham, Maine. This is a really nice contemporary continuous arm Windsor chair, and there was an accident. This arm got pushed and damaged. Actually, the spindles got damaged. One spindle, I have the piece, a lot of glue surface, I can repair this spindle, but this spindle I'm going to have to make a new one. So I'll turn a new spindle and then re-glue this. That looks really good. I'm ready to start sanding. So now I'm going to cut the spindle, and it's easy. I'm going to cut it long, because after I glue it into the chair, I'll then trim off the bottom and the top. Oh look, I can see my spindle's a little heavy. I can't come up through the hole. I'm going to have to take some off. I'm going to have to file and sand this down a little bit in this area until it will come up through the hole in the seat. I'm just making some pencil marks so I can tell that I'm taking wood off evenly all the way around. Great, finally, I've got it all the way through where I want. Now I cut the slots for the wedges. Now I see that on the old spindle, that wedge was about 3/4 deep. I've marked about where I think I'm going to end up trimming it off. The bottom wedge also about 3/4. Wedges have to go perpendicular to the grain in the seat, so I've already cut my top wedge. I need to line it up and know which way to cut for my bottom wedge. Line up my top, slot for the wedge there, perpendicular, and now I can mark which way to cut. Now I'll make the wedges that I need. Okay, the wedges look pretty good. Okay, now I think I can start the glue up. So now the glue's set up. I got to trim this part that's protruding. So I've got the top all smooth. Now I'll resand my new spindle. And I'm sanding with 100, and I'll sand up to 150. Now I'll give it a coat of some clear tung oil. I'm not going to put any stain on it. I hope that the natural color is pretty close to what I see here. Okay, the oil's dried overnight. It does need a little stain after all. I'm going to sand it lightly with some 320 and put a little stain I have here called pecan. I'll put that on. The stain looks okay, but one reason I didn't want to stain it is that the stain picks up the grain a little bit, whereas all these have aged naturally. The grain's not as prominent, but I think overall it's going to be better to have this little color on it. Okay, I've polished this with my beeswax polish. If you remember, both these spindles were broken. I replaced this spindle. This is new. This spindle I was able to repair. It looks pretty good.